Hey everybody, it's WillBits, and we're playing Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney Investigations. And he's not actually an attorney, technically. He is a prosecutor, mans. But let's go. Let's just jump in. It's a spin-off. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? I don't know who these characters are, so I'm just doing random voices. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Sporticus? Your arm seems to be detaching there. Okay. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. Okay. And look, we're walking around. We have a presence in the world. It's hard to believe I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. He hasn't. The door is unlocked. That's not supposed to happen. Detective Gumshoe? What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood? I knew it! I knew you were a vampire, Edgeworth! What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Identify yourself. No! Shut up! You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Oh! My painting! Is that a threat? I'm not a painting. You won't kill me as easily. Ha! Unless you have a gun, oh. Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one! Many have tried. So many people just dying in my office, but they don't get away with it. No, I catch them. I catch them every time. So they just back out, huh? My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days. Okay, let's talk to the police. I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. What? No one touched the painting. Where's Emma? She would know how to do this. Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. Well, I heard that a murder was taking place in your office. I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's the detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You look a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However, I do need blood to sustain myself. Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. It wasn't like that because of a party I had. It was because of this guy that came in. I definitely... That's the story. I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud in my office. Now I'll just compare these shoe prints to— No, don't do that! Whoa, sounds like you're getting real burned up on this whole thing. This crime scene was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Ho-ho! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched in the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? Is it really coincidence? We'll add this into the logic tab here. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office. Okay. What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Logic? By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So, how do you use it? First, I recall information through the logic button that we all have in our brains, and then connect them together. This is what he's always doing when he's like, he's pressing the logic button on his forehead. He's a robot vampire. Okay, connect my thoughts. Is it really coincidence? No, because they had to have the key. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir. There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? What do they want? Was it me? You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. So I'm gonna lose a lot of points if I try to just mishmash random things together. Haha. Alright. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! Begin investigation! Room 1202! The basis of any investigation is to examine everything, sir! I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button, okay? That's me, Gumshoe, your partner. I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Okay, partner button, yeah. Let's look at the office. Oh, interesting. So I'm walking around. Ouch, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up, ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games, because I'm very good at chess. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. It's basically the same, right? In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. Well, clearly there's a murder weapon over here, so... What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. A gun, you say? I guess that's a thing people use. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model. I think. Detective. I don't really like guns at all.
I don't like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies. That's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the one used by this precinct's detectives. That's probably something to logic. We can talk to the detective. Do you have anything to report?
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more. Alright, I'm gonna look at this painting. Oh, I don't want to talk to him. Okay. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. Fingerprint lifting is a delicate art.
Well, I never.
It's interesting, this walking around mechanic. Oh, it's your trophy. The, Knight of Prosecutors, right?
King of Prosecutors, and it's not a trophy. It's a shield.
They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself. Thus the penalty system, because he's penalizing himself. If he's wrong enough, then he gets sad.
That's so slick, sir. I'm going to try saying that sometime.
Fortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir.
They broke teacups? How barbaric. That killer is going to pay. This tea set.
Yikes! You're really mad over this.
This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It costs more than your whole month's paycheck.
What? Now I feel like the killer's wasted one of my monthly paychecks.
He has, because I'm taking it out of your salary. You will buy me another one.
Your files are all over the floor, sir.
They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Signs of a struggle. Okay, something more we can lay together.
Oh, and I tried so hard to get this place spotless while you were away. I mean, it's just all the time and effort I put in pointless.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I wanted the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. I just, added cleaning to the list as a weekend special.
For about
half a day every Saturday, I come in and clean this place until it's sparkled.
Does he have a life? Okay, the Steel Samurai, you say? But it's a good thing my Steel Samurai doll was spared any harm.
Speaking of which, I still actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards children, not me. However, its higher production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Yes. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and the Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it a presence.
You, sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of, rabbit fanboy?
Of course not. Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Not that I like TV shows anyway. No. Cough, cough. Flowers? Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with a card attached every month, like clockwork for you. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Windy.
Windy? This irony. How painful are thy thorns. Windy.
Isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that stalks?
Oh, that Windy. Old bag. Excuse me, guys. That's enough, detective. You need not remind me further. Awful! I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa.
That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Okay. Anything on the desk? It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. It's so tiny that it looks newer than when I first bought it.
Oh yeah, that thing's so polished, it makes mirrors look jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit, the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay. You could. I think maybe murder? Clean desk. I'd rather have a scuffed up desk than a murder to deal with. Oh yeah, the body. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. Aha! I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Alright, this is the type of investigation I'm used to. I'm looking at this wallet. What do we have here?
Yeah, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge.
It's a police badge, detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. A coinky-dink.
Let's take a look inside. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. Interesting. I think we can connect that to the gun for sure. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure if any of them are connected to each other. Okay, I'm gonna look at him first. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like
the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Okay. Good to have some crime scene notes.
You gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all, by placing it directly into my head.
Alright, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to touch the organizer button. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Alright, let's look at our logic. Okay, so victim was a detective, and the revolver is often used by precinct detectives. So we're gonna select these two and try to connect them together. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir, on it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see, what do we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Okay. That's a relevant thing. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always
say, you gotta look carefully, really carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the scroll wheels to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use the slide bar, the X and Y arrows to zoom in and out, get at the nitty gritty.
Got some nice 3Ds, huh? Let's see what we can find out. Looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. Okay. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to Jim! Ah! Why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body! Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night.
Sure, just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting. I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor.
The gumshoe, sir?
So you're Miles Edgeworth? I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not! I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office, doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. So he didn't do it. That's not gonna point at anybody else, is it? Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. Probably not good.
So it was you then! You're Jim's killer!
No, wait, pal, you got it all wrong!
Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions? You should be giving yourself penalties. That's what I'd do. Penalty. Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Yeah, carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there?
Sir!
Well, I want you to capture the scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. Dramatic. Put that in the papers, huh? I should probably give them some space. I guess. Do you have anything to say now? Do you have anything to report?
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. Same dialogue as before. Okay.
I'm not giving you space. Mr. Portsman, a word if I may. Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring him to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something? No, that's all right. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Oh yeah, we have access to the suit now.
Your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well. They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in. What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster.
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? Must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. We won't talk about him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. when the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off. That's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction, which is clearly the bullet hole. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. Boom! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. The contradiction is... only one shot was fired from the revolver, but if he was shot on that side of the room, how did a bullet hole get on this side of the room? Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right!
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too!
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? More things in logic.
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
That. It's a secret safe. I shouldn't have told you about it.
A secret safe? Oh, I smell money!
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Roger that! Achoo! Talk about dusty!
I suppose that would happen when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here. I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
And that's why we don't need to open it to show you that there's nothing inside. You can just trust me that I don't have anything embarrassing being hidden in the safe. I won't rest until I've suspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I will say that there's a bunch of scuff marks around this safe. Now this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist? Yes, sir. Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well.
Okay, we're getting a lot of stuff. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Okay? So, logic. Let's think about this. So, wiped fingerprints. Another handgun. The killer's goal and the wiped fingerprints, I think, must be connected. He was trying to do something with the safe. Conviction! I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after.
Whoa, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. Okay, so the motive was theft. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Let's see. Thinking about this logically, we have a pretty good chance. I don't think the gun, I think signs of a struggle because his files are a mess. And that might be signs of a struggle, but that also might be someone rifling through the files because they were looking for something related to a specific case. So I'm actually going to connect signs of a struggle with the theft motive. There is a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna show files like you've never seen before, even at the library.
Sure. Let's give that a try. Filing puzzle? Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it! Here, let me help!
This file goes here, that book goes there.
You should know all about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. Then the guy
fell on the floor, right? Blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
But you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. What's wrong? Well, clearly there's a bullet hole down here. And if he was standing up when he got shot, why would the bullet hole hit him over here?
This is where the bullet shell lodged him. I don't went to the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in the file spine indicates the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
And I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I think, because he was shot through the abdomen, not like the leg. There's clearly a contradiction here with the bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
What if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
And that means, wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? I'd say the order of the files. I think somebody got out the files, messed with them, and then put them back but didn't remember where they went. I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh?
Yeah, you see here are the files that were shot begin with the number 0.
What are
those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out.
You think it'd be okay to pop the body back up now to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. Well, let's just pop him up. Lift him up. If you please, Detective Gumshoe, lift up the dead, bloody body. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first, before shooting Mr. Faith.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim.
Why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. Also, there's another thing. There's something down here. That looks like writing. The files were thrown in disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. This is interesting. What is it? This.
Well, what is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me! Say something, sir!
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Investigation complete, apparently.